also joined by our pole winner, Juan Pablo Montoya, who drives the number 42 Target Chevrolet. Back-to-back poles for you, Juan. A new track record here at 127.020 miles an hour. Ninth pole in 203 Sprint Cup Series starts. So a nice start to your weekend overall leading into tomorrow. Talk about the lap and talk about expectations tomorrow as well.
Well, I think the lap was a really good lap. You know, you always make mistakes here and there, and it's never perfect. You know what I mean? You always think, oh, I went too far here, went too little there, I lost it there. But I think everybody does. It's about how well you can put it all together. I thought we did a pretty good job at that. You know, I think everybody in the Target Chevy organization has been working really well. Even with the one car, we're working really well together, and I think it's paying off. I think tomorrow as a race, I think we're gonna have a decent car. I think we're looking for a lot more is consistency than ultimate speed. And I'll tell you the truth, I was kind of shocked how quick. You know, we had an oil leak this morning, and we lost like half-hour practice just changing the radiators and everything. When we put qualifying, you know, we put it in qualifying trim right at the end just to get an idea what the car was gonna do, and it was quick, so I was kind of happy.
Questions for Juan? We'll start off with Reed, please, and then Pocky.
Reed Spencer was NASCAR racer. It was one. Last week you said the pole was a pleasant surprise. Would it be correct to assume that this one was not a surprise?
No, this one, you know, I'll tell you the truth, when we went to Sonoma, it was my best qualifying there, and it wasn't a great lap. We really lost through the S's, and we struggled there through the S's, but I felt we made a lot of gains on the car. We did only one test. We did a one-day test in VAR, and I felt we gained a lot on the understanding of the car and what we needed to do, and here we made a few changes from what we had before and made it a lot better, so I was pretty pleased. You know, it seems lately I can push the car a lot more. It's like I'm not just driving it around. Last couple of weeks, it feels like I can actually push the car and use it and get more out of the car. That is nice.
Ray, Bob?
Bob Pockris, Sporting News. Can you just kind of compare your outlook to this race compared to last week when you sat on the pole as well? I mean, I assume that
Oh yeah, last week I knew we were gonna struggle, and then our race pace in practice was horrible. You know what I mean? So when we've gone out and put it on pole, it was like, yeah, you know, one of those. How did that happen? This week we generally been good all week, and I think like we did the Michigan test, and I felt we gained a lot on the car. We put some of it in Pocono, and we ran better. We missed our race setup completely, and we knew we did. From when I went into turn one the first lap, I knew it was going to be a long day, but it's I mean we work on it, we make it work as hard as we can, make it better, and see what it brings us. I think this week I think we can contend. You know what I mean? There's a few guys that are really strong, and you really gotta, as Kyle said, you gotta run your own race, save the brakes. It took me a couple of years here to understand that if you run hard every lap, by the end of the race you have no brakes. You genuinely have no brakes. So you gotta run. Having track position is a good thing because you just, do it smart and see what it brings us, and you go from there.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Do you think your strategy will just include 2 stops tomorrow?
To be honest with you, I haven't talked about it yet. I would assume so. Last year we did 3. I don't know why we did 3, but if it's 3 and we gotta pass half of the field, we'll pass half of the field. That's what it is. I don't tell you the truth. You don't. If you got a good car and the sacrifice of having a good car is making 3 stops, we'll do 3 stops. You get cautions, and we'll have better tires and see what happens.
Other questions for Juan? Back up here with Reed.
Last week, Jeff Gordon won at Pocono and went from basically nowhere to the second wild card spot. If you were to win this race tomorrow, would it be too far-fetched to put you into that chase conversation?
No, we're talking about it. I mean, even if we don't win tomorrow, we believe that with the things that we have found lately, maybe we still don't have the fastest car out there, but if you play the strategy right, might come on fuel and something, and you might go into Richmond with a chance of making the chase. It would be shocking, but it'd be awesome.
Anything else?
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. We always say this is going to be the year that you're going to win on an oval. You're going to prove to people that we're just,
I know it's I mean, it's hard with our cars the way they run this year. It's like, I mean, I think the day we have a good car, we're gonna win. You know what I mean? And when we don't, we don't. You know what I mean? Same thing. We come to a road course. Everybody, expects you to win. Yeah, I have an advantage because of my background, but I mean, the good guys run good here as well here as they run on ovals. You know what I mean? And their cars run as well here than as in ovals. So. I don't think about it. You know what I mean? We go out there every week to do the best we can, and the best is winning. We're gonna be winning. If it's finishing 20th, we're gonna finish 20th. It sucks to finish 20th. I mean, I'm a guy that like winning, and I'm a guy that all my life I raced to win. And the last couple of years have been really frustrating. But the only thing you can do is make sure you work the hardest you can, and if they work with the right people, like we've been doing this year, I think we're gonna go into the right. We're gonna get a good direction on the team, and we'll be fine.
And is there an oval that you feel perhaps more comfortable on others that you might say, hey,
I'll tell you too. When the car works well, you look like a hero anywhere. You do. You know what I mean? It's like, when the car sucks, you're gonna look as bad as anybody, and when the car is great, you're gonna look as good as anybody.
And a quick update on your relationship with Shine.
That's great. It's always been really good. You know what I mean? It's we have our up and downs, but I told him from day one, there's days I'm going to be mad at you, and I'm going to tell you what I think, and I'm probably not even going to mean it. And we understand each other really well. He gets mad as well. He's very passionate, and I think that's a really good thing.